This week, Scotland's finest chefs are fighting to win a place at this year's Great British Menu Banquet, celebrating the best of British innovation and invention.
Wow, 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 wow.
Now the two highest-scoring rivals are vying for a place at the national finals with menus inspired by Scotland's scientific discoveries.
Go.
It's a stunner.
Ambitious returner Roberta Hall
I want to get Scotland to the banquet. I will be really upset if I'm going home today.
and calm and collected newcomer Stuart Ralston.
I came here to win. Anything less than that will feel a little bit disappointing to me.
Stuart's dishes take inspiration from Scotland's scientific advancements, like the cloning of Dolly the sheep and the discovery of penicillin. While Roberta heralds the nation's great food inventions like Bovril and Dunlop cheddar.
That's good.
Both chefs also honour female pioneers in science, which is lucky, as today's guest judge is perhaps the UK's best-known feminist of modern times.
So you campaigned to have a woman on the £10 note?
So, who will the judges decide should go through to the finals?
The person going through to represent Scotland is... Today, the two top-scoring chefs from Scotland, Stuart and Roberta, are battling it out for a place in the national finals. The judges are definitely in for a treat, but which chef will be deemed banquet-worthy? Roberta Hall is still flying high, following her perfect score from veteran Tom Brown for her main course. Main was great, got a 10. Yeah, Tom was absolutely blown away with it.
But rival Stuart Ralston, also from the Scottish capital, is determined to beat her.
I'm going to give it my all today. I'm not coming here to slack off now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it for Scotland, yeah?
To reach the national final, the rivals have to impress food writer Matthew Fort, restaurateur Oliver Peyton, as well as food creative Rachel Koo. Rachel, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Are they behaving?
Yes. Yes, at the moment.
So far. When you joined the team, were we anything other than...
Do you know what? You were lovely and really welcoming and really sweet, but that didn't last long.
That's not what you said.
The sweet bit didn't last long, that's all I want to say.
Rachel, is there anything there that sort of catches your fancy?
I love cheese.
So we're starting off on high.
Oh, the cheese tart.
I love
What's your
cheese.
favourite cheese?
Ooh.
Better be British.
Hello. Hello, chefs.
Hey, Andy.
How are you?
Great. Busy.
Remember, it's blind tasting, so they won't know which dish has come from which chef, OK? The guest judge is arriving shortly, so you need to get your canapes ready. I can see you already started.
Yeah,
Good
great.
luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Roberta's celebrating 17th century pioneering Scottish cheesemaker Barbara Gilmore with a cheese tart. And Stuart has designed a leaf-shaped wafer to honour Scottish botanist Robert Brown, born in the 1700s.
How's your parfait over there, Stuart?
Beautiful. Happy.
Today's guest judge is an author and campaigner whose best-selling book, Invisible Women, lifts the lid on the gender bias in science, winning the Royal Society's Science Books Prize in 2019.
Caroline, welcome.
Hello.
It's Caroline Criado Perez, OBE.
Matthew, very nice to have you here.
I'm very excited to eat some excellent food.
So, Caroline, this is probably the most exciting brief we've ever had because
Really?
there's so many opportunities for chefs to be creative.
Well, what I want to know is whether they're going to be gender-balanced innovations.
Yes.
Back in the kitchen,
How's your timing, Roberta? Good.
Roberta plates her Dunlop cheddar, caramelised onion and bacon tart.
3 seconds to spare.
Also at the pass is Stuart's beetroot crisp with duck liver parfait, red currant gel and wood sorrel.
So you happy, both of you?
Yeah, very happy.
Fantastic.
Service, please.
The scores for the canapes will count in the event of a tie-break, so it's important they make a good first impression.
Ooh.
Wow. Would you say this is one mouthful? Because I wouldn't.
Well, Matthew would say that's one.
First up, Roberta's tart.
See if you can do that in a mouthful.
Well, it does taste nice, but it's too big.
I didn't particularly like the cheese. I thought it was pretty average.
Dull. And the pastry wasn't refined enough.
And next, Stuart's duck parfait appetizer.
Oh, wow. That's delicious.
You obviously get that rich creaminess from the duck parfait, and then the wood sorrel and the beetroot.
But it also had that really interesting crackling crunch to it as well.
So, Stuart is off to a flying start.
You won the Science Prize? For what exactly?
Basically, the vast majority of data that we've collected historically and continue to collect, everything from medical data to car crash data, is collected mainly on men. And basically, the book sort of explores that bias, the way in so many of these areas we think of average male as average human and forget that actually average female exists. For example, seatbelts have never been designed to account for breast tissue or for pregnancy. And the result is that if a woman gets into a car crash, she is 47% more likely to be seriously injured and 17% more likely to die than a man in the same crash.
That's mind-blowing. It really is.
Roberta's starter should appeal to a feminist campaigner, as it celebrates a group of glass-ceiling shattering women known as the Edinburgh Seven.
The Edinburgh Seven were the first group of matriculated undergraduate female students at any British university.
Really? They sound like a soul act.
I think they should be the Magnificent Seven.
Earlier in the week, veteran Tom scored it a 7, his main disappointment being the soggy sweetbreads. How are you going to cook the sweetbreads?
I'm still going to do it in a pan, but I'm going to get loads of butter in there and get them basted and get them really nice and crispy. Wow.
That's excellent.
Good fun. Very happy. Yeah.
Creamed sweet corn is followed by wild mushrooms. 2 minutes to the pass, please, chef.
To your hand.
Yes, please.
Silver skin onions are carefully positioned along with a sprinkling of hazelnuts.
And then the sweet corn's going on.
You're due at the pass, please, chef.
Can I have 30 seconds, please?
You can have 30 seconds. Sheep's curd and a spoonful of lamb sauce follow before the hero ingredient takes pride of place. Sweetbreads look great, Roberta.
Yeah. On top of the lamb's wool, please.
Gorgeous.
Lids on. Service, please.
Education for women. No favours. Right, OK.
Certificate of graduation.
They pelted mud at the women and even let a sheep loose in the exam hall.
I love the crispiness on the sweetbread, but I definitely think the lemon is quite pronounced.
I like the lemon.
I think it's a wonderfully mellow dish.
Can anyone spot any black garlic?
Ah, I mentioned it, no.
I've just realised that I forgot to put my black garlic puree on it, which does provide balance to the dish, so...
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Shredded beef, little cornstarch, mixy, mixy, mixy.
Stuart's starter, called Messy Alexander, is beef tartare with crispy shredded beef and blue cheese snow. Veteran Tom gave it a modest 7. Any changes? There were a couple of comments from Tom.
So I'm going to leave off the charcoal cracker.
Right.
I think he was right. I think one crispy element is enough.
Is enough.
And I'll go with the one that's tastier, which is the crispy beef.
What about the blue cheese? There was a blue
I'll
cheese.
give it a little bit extra blue cheese as well.
The dish is inspired by Sir Alexander Fleming.
Fleming left his lab in a mess, and when he returned, bacteria had grown and penicillin was discovered.
So this is just a big mess we're about to eat. A big bacteria-y mess.
Yes, yeah.
Stuart smears his Petri dish-style plates with cherry mustard, then adds strips of aged rump steak tartare. 3 minutes to the pass, please, chef.
Yes, Andy.
Horseradish gel follows, looking splendid.
Yeah, happy so far.
Before the crispy beef, micro watercress, and finally the blue cheese snow.
They look amazing.
Thank you very much.
And that is time, chef. Look at that.
Service, thank you.
Looks good.
I mean, it looks innovative. I like the presentation. I like the cherry mustard.
Gives it a little bit of acidity.
And then extra blue.
That really dominates.
It does seem to be an odd combination. What about you, Oliver? Do you like it?
No likey. I love beef tartare and I like blue cheese.
But you don't love them together.
I just want to be able to taste the beef. For me, you know, you fail if you can't taste the beef. It's as simple as that.
Fish next, and for her dish, called Maxwell's Colour Wheel, Roberta's serving turbot with her take on a classic Scottish soup made with a smoked haddock known as Arbroath Smokies.
Cullen skink, I love Cullen skink.
This dish celebrates the Scottish scientist credited for producing the first colour photograph, James Clerk Maxwell. Veteran Tom scored it an 8.
He loved seeing the way you cook the turbot,
Yes.
but the B word again.
B word, the butter.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to get some butter in there.
Fantastic.
With the turbot cooking in plenty of butter, as Tom suggested.
That's 3 minutes to the pass, Chef.
Sweet.
Potato tartlets are filled with caviar, then topped with pickled red onion and slippery confit quail egg yolks.
Ooh, I've got quite shaky hands. No, that egg's just burst.
Once decorated with edible viola flowers, the tarts are placed on top of the turbot and served with the Cullen skink soup and added chive oil.
Good to go. Service,
Let's
please.
do it.
Wow. This is beautiful.
It's quite freaky that the bowl is not moving.
I know.
It is a little bit hallucinogenic, actually.
Oh, wow. That's so far my favourite of the day.
It's luxurious and comforting, and I love the little bits of red onion there. It needed that.
The smokiness from the sauce is absolutely top drawer.
It's the culinary equivalent to a really beautiful cashmere jersey.
Yes, this is the
Yes.
that's a very good way of describing it. This is cashmere.
A little bit more chilly and we're good to go.
Stuart's next with his stellar lobster and mussel dish.
So we are going to eat star chasing, inspired by Mary Somerville, Scotland's first woman to be let into the Royal Society of Astronomers.
I'm really excited to see this dish again.
Yeah, Tom gave it a good score.
You've got
9.
9.
First to the plate is kohlrabi puree.
Good to go.
Yeah.
The barbecued lobster follows, along with mussels and pickled kohlrabi.
That's your amazing gel.
Yeah, the tomashi gel.
Pickled watermelon radish, burgundy sorrel and garlic flowers garnish the dish,
2 minutes to the pass, please, Chef.
Bang on time.
which is presented under starry glass domes with jugs of shellfish sauce on the side.
It's a stunner.
Service, let's
Great.
go.
The dish is served to the words of astronomer Mary Somerville.
When the tide was out, I spent hours on the sands, looking at the starfish and sea urchins, or watching the children digging for sand eels, cockles, and the spouting razorfish.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I'm getting a bit of a burning sensation.
The sauce.
The sauce, it's quite a bit of harshness to it.
And also, actually, the pickle was very, very pickly.
I think the combination of the lobster and the mussels together isn't really working for me. Though I really like the idea, you know, first female astronomer.
It's a pictorial homage, though, isn't it? It doesn't actually embody what she did.
I feel like you're all being a bit unfair, though, because how really are you supposed to embody stars in food, other than pictorially?
Not our job, mate, not our job.
We're at the halfway point, and I'm eager to hear what the judges think so far.
Hello.
Well, hello. How are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Had some interesting dishes?
Yes, very interesting.
Did you like the Edinburgh 7 story?
The story was very
Do
cool.
you remember the dish?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Which of the dishes do you remember?
I remember
Yeah.
the Cullen skink. It was absolutely delicious.
How's it going with you guys?
I'm slightly underwhelmed.
By all of it? Oh, dear. Oh, my gosh, he is harsh. That's why I was harsh.
Let's hope the main courses can get the judges fired up.
How are you looking? Place smells great.
Stuart's lamb dish, called Bar Dolly, is inspired by the cloning of Dolly the sheep. Veteran Tom scored it an 8, suggesting less nori seaweed seasoning on the peas. So, are you going to put less norinade on there?
I'm going to pay close attention to how much I
What
put
does
on.
that mean?
I'm going to taste it until I think it's right, and then I'm going to serve it.
The tarts filled with the norinade, peas and curd cheese are plated first. A herb emulsion is next. 1 minute to the pass, chef.
Yeah.
Cooked so how you want it?
Yeah, bang on. No one's complaining at that.
Lamb loin follows, along with gem lettuce leaves.
Bit of cheese curd.
Inside the lettuce.
Yeah, just getting everywhere.
Woo.
Sauce. Go, boom.
There's definitely less norinade.
Wait.
The dish is served to the strains of Dolly's namesake.
It's the cloned sheep.
No, Dolly Parton. Dolly. Come on.
I really enjoy the sauce. It really is packed with lots of flavour. It's got a few capers in there.
There was an opportunity here with Dolly the sheep, I think, to go a bit wild and crazy. And it's a nice dish. What's not to like? But it's hardly innovative.
It's a perfectly acceptable piece of lamb, cooked perfectly acceptably with a perfectly acceptable gravy. It is dull.
It's not wowing me.
No.
Lots of work involved in this pie. It scored well. I want it to score well again today. It has to score well today.
It's rare to be awarded a 10 by the veteran chefs, but it happened yesterday to Roberta's dish, Johnston's Fluid Beef, dedicated to the inventor of Bovril.
It was very good.
Yeah, I think it's a great one for the banquet.
Yeah.
It's a beef shin and cheek pie, layered with chicken mousse, caramelised onion and pancetta. So look at that shiny, beautiful pie.
Yeah, just gonna loosen her off.
The pie is accompanied by beef consommé and red wine sauce,
These are filled up, so one of these can each go on the trays over there, please.
as well as baby root vegetables.
Let's go 5 little baby turnips, 1 red beetroot, 2 golden.
But the centrepiece is the pie to be shared at the table.
Okay, ready?
Take your time.
Pretty confident there. Yeah. And up she goes.
Look at that beauty.
Just as good as the other day.
Are you ready to go, chef?
Let's go.
Now, that's a good-looking pie.
It's a beautiful looking pie. I mean, the braiding, the details.
Looks very Victorian.
It does.
Looks like something
Carré.
Mrs. Beeton would do.
Beautiful.
Well,
light
like how you want
broth.
consommé,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The pie, when you cut into it, all those lovely layers, I mean, it's beautifully constructed.
I think it's a wonderful piece of cooking.
It's too rich for me.
It is quite rich.
This is dish of the day for me so far. I actually, I get the relationship to the brief. And I mean, look, we are thinking about a banquet, and I mean, having that dripping round the banquet would cheer most people up.
So, Caroline, you campaigned to have a woman on the £10 note, didn't you?
Sort of. I campaigned against the Bank of England's decision to remove the only female historical figure off the back of banknotes, and that was on the £5. And we won. Hooray!
But, I mean, what you had to experience from doing that on social media, it was beyond backlash,
Yeah,
I think.
I ended up going through several weeks of really intense rape and death threats from people very, very angry about this campaign, which was obviously very frightening and upsetting. But anyway, now there is a woman on the £10 note, and I just think it's great.
Next, it's the pre-dessert.
I need to get my skates on.
Again, the scores for this course will only be counted in the event of a tie-break. How's your lovely sorbet, Stuart?
Yeah, happy with it. Good consistency.
Called Dibs and Dots, Stuart's offering features sorbets made from yoghurt, sea buckthorn, apple, blueberry and strawberry, inspired by the Scottish invention of the kaleidoscope.
Pre-dessert's looking better today. The curd's frozen.
Roberta's celebrates another Scottish innovation, the first commercial marmalade. It's a marmalade parfait and torched meringue lollipop called When Life Gives You Oranges.
Beautiful.
Right, service, let's go.
Ooh,
I've always loved a kaleidoscope.
me too.
Aren't these absolutely just the best things ever?
Very
Best thing
exciting.
ever.
The sorbet looks disconcertingly like
An egg?
a poached egg.
The sorbet is light and it is refreshing.
I especially love all the little beads. Definitely reminds me of kaleidoscope.
It's delicious.
I love that little bit of marmalade. It really gives it a...
Well, you need it.
A
I mean,
jolt, yes.
the meringue is
So sweet.
sweet. Yeah.
It's too sweet.
I've got a clean stick.
Whoa.
That was so good.
So, on to the final course, the dessert. And Stuart's up first.
Sweet abrasion, caramelized miso ganache, whiskey caramel, salted milk ice cream.
The dish focuses on the use of barley, some of it quite boozy.
Tom wanted some more whiskey on it, so we're going to put some raw whiskey inside.
This dish is in honour of Sir Geoff Palmer, who was Scotland's first black professor, created a technique called barley abrasion. This technique revolutionised whiskey and beer making.
It has my vote already.
As well as more whiskey, Tom thought Stuart's foyatine base should be thinner.
Foyatine, I agreed. Some parts of it were a little uneven, so I've spent all day shaving them perfectly with a microplane,
Wow.
so they're wafer thin.
Good times, yeah?
Yeah, I never thought I'd be microplaning a biscuit.
Stuart carefully positions his delices onto plates and pipes with osmanthus tea gel.
They look beautiful.
Kataifi pastry is laid on top.
And what are those petals?
They're corn shoots, so same sort of barley cereal flavours.
Salted milk ice cream is served on the side, and the dishes are set in miniature whiskey barrels.
Right, service, let's go. Thank you.
Whoa.
Wow.
We all get our own barrel.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
That is a bit of theatre.
You get a whiff of barley, don't you?
I love the ice cream because you get both the salt and the caramel and it isn't too sweet.
It's just what you need with the rich chocolate.
But you've got those little bursts from the osmanthus.
At first I thought it was just chocolate and I was very happy with that, and then suddenly you get this delicious caramel coming through and I was so excited.
Damn fine.
Inspired by the work of Sir Alexander Fleming, Roberta's dish is called penicillin. It's designed to look like a giant antibiotic pill.
Ginger cake, lemon curd, dark chocolate and whiskey mousse. Ginger ice cream, honey served with a penicillin cocktail.
Tom scored it an 8, but not for the first time. Roberta's running behind and her pill cake is not set.
I'd maybe leave it in there for a little bit longer and try and get it set.
Yeah. I don't know, it's still very soft there.
Yeah, it's quite soft.
And she's going to have to make a big compromise.
With the time that I've got left, I think I'm going to skip the glaze and just coat it in
just go the white.
And I'm just going to leave it in there, the blast chiller, for as long as I can.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, just
pushing on, yeah.
just waiting now, unfortunately.
How late do you think you're going to be to the class?
I think I might be 5 minutes.
So you're going to be about 5 minutes late?
Yeah. I'm just trying. See how this one goes.
Tester.
Without glaze, the pills will lose their smooth look.
Is it going to be okay, Roberta?
So it's not perfect at all, but I want to serve something today.
Stuart plates the ginger ice cream and tops with lemon balm.
Amazing, and then they can just go up onto the trays.
And sets beside bottles of penicillin cocktails, leaving only the pill itself to be placed on the tray.
You're all right, darling.
I really love the presentation of this. It's so cool.
Is that the penicillin mould, do you think?
I think it's something to eat, no?
It is something to eat.
I think this is the penicillin.
That's good.
Poof.
It's certainly got a kick to it.
Do we see the linkage between each part of this?
No. There's quite a lot of strong flavours going on here with the ginger and the lemon and the whiskey. It's all number 11 on the dial, isn't it? And I think there's no relief here.
It's fiery. I really think the presentation's fun. Just think that it could be married better.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty exhausted.
Yeah, it's just been really close between us all week. It's been pretty obvious.
I guess I'm sort of sitting here feeling, I think that you're going to be representing Scotland. I think too much of a mistake there on the dessert.
Shall we go and see what they have to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it over
Let's do it.
So, that's it. There's nothing more our chefs can do. The judges have scored their dishes, and the results are in.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Good.
It's been quite the day. But you two cooked your hearts out, and it's been wonderful, so thank you so much.
So who cooked the Maxwell colour wheel?
That was myself.
That was delicious. I mean, I thought that was the best Cullen skink I've ever tasted. The balance between the turbot and the smokiness, it just lingered so beautifully in the mouth. Well done.
Thank you.
Who did the sweet abrasion?
Me.
Oh my goodness. That, I could roll around in that all day. It was just so delicious.
Who did the Johnston's pie?
That was myself.
Oh, wow. The pie was beautiful. When it arrived, I mean, the pastry work, I have a thing about pastry work, so it ticked my boxes. And then when you cut into the pie, all those beautiful layers. So thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, we don't know who cooked which dishes, so we've asked our queen, Andy, here to add up the scores.
So, the winner and the person going through to represent Scotland at the national finals is Roberta.
Oh my God. I did not expect that at all. Oh my God.
Well done.
Thank you, sorry.
No worries.
Oh, I'm absolutely sorry, honestly, I was like, Stuart. I'm absolutely delighted to go on and represent Scotland, yeah. I want to get to the banquet, that's my aim. I didn't get it last year, I'm going to get it this year.
Now, Roberta, the penicillin.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of it. I understand what you're trying to do, but I think much more preciseness about the flavour and the relationship between them.
Well, Stuart, I know it's really hard, but we judge across all 4 courses, and it's how they all stack up together.
Yeah, obviously disappointed. I wanted to win. I didn't come down to lose. But I gave it a good shot, and I'm happy with all the food that I cooked.
The food was all just incredible. I feel so honoured to have been able to eat so much amazing food.
Caroline, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes! Oh, I honestly didn't expect that.
I'm obviously disappointed. I felt like my dishes all week were strong, and I put myself in a good position to win, but congrats to Roberta. You all right?
Yeah, yes.
Time for some bevy? Congratulations to you. Hope you get a dish to the banquet.
I'll do it for you, sure. I'll do it for Scotland and I'll do it for you.
Yes.